Hello my lovelies, happy 2026. We are here. The new year has arrived, it's happened, and let's just get straight into what I'm excited about and what the reading plans are for this year. In this reading vlog, reading video, whatever you like to call it, I just want to talk to you guys about the reading goals and the reading plans I have for 2026, and I'm really excited about it. The first thing I want to share with you guys is my reading journal. Yes, I have caved and I have joined the reading journal community, whatever you'd like to call it. I'm doing it, I've done it. This right here, this is my reading journal. This is a stationery island journal that I just got off Amazon. I went with purple. I love purple, one of my favourite colours. At first I was going to do a whole journal setup video, but the more I was thinking about it and trying to plan it, the more pressure I felt that I was putting on myself, and it was taking away from the enjoyment of creating the journal in the first place. So I just one night just went, you know what, I want to start this reading journal. I'm just going to start it. I'm not going to record it or film it or anything. I'm just going to just crack on and create this reading journal, and that's exactly what I did. First things first, I have made my 2026 title page. This is the most creative I've gotten with it. Like I said, this is my first, not just reading journal, but like creative journal. I've done like journaling, but scrapbooking. This is the first kind of scrapbooking journaling that I've done. So I've just gone pretty simple with the title page. And then on the next spread, firstly we have my rating system and how I kind of rate my books. In this rating system, I haven't included like 0.5s, 0.25s, 75s, etc. Because I just thought it'd be a bit too much. I will still probably do those kinds of ratings in my videos and things, but when it comes to actually like writing down the star ratings in here, I'm just going to stick to my rating system that I've created. And then on the other side, as you can see, is my book bingo spread. I am so excited for this spread in particular. It was so much fun to create. I created a Pinterest board where I pinned a bunch of like inspirational spreads and things. I'll link that down below if you're interested. But I essentially like took ideas from like multiple book bingos and like essentially created my own one. But I am so excited to start filling this out. There's already, I think, one that I can already colour in, which is very exciting. On to the next two spreads. So at this first one, it's pages per month, and I want to start tracking how many pages I read each month. The numbers at the bottom go up to 900. Now, chances of me reading over 900 pages a month is actually very much possible, because I read, oh, I was down there, I have read a near enough 900 page book, and that wasn't the only book I read in the month. So I've left myself enough space to basically, if I go all the way across, I can then continue the tally underneath, essentially. And then on the next spread is a bit of a challenge that I've set for myself. It's a alphabet challenge. I would like to try and read a book starting with the letter of each letter of the alphabet. I don't know if that made any sense, but essentially my personal reading goal for 2026 is 30 books. So I'm hoping, because there's 26 letters in the alphabet, doing the alphabet challenge I thought would be quite fun to do. The next spread I have is my series tracker, and this does go on to the next page, and I've left space for when I will obviously be starting new series this year. I've already coloured in obviously the books that I've already read in the series. It's just a really nice fun way to track the series that I'm reading and how far along I am. Is my favourite spread, I think. It's my reading tracker spread. This is the classic bookshelf with the window and moon that is very, very popular as a reading tracker. I'm so excited to start filling this out. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to write the title of the books in the spines. I probably won't, because there probably isn't enough room. But yeah, I love this spread so much. Now this next spread isn't actually done. I've only done it in pencil, and this is something I want us to do together, and that is my 20, I don't even think you can see it because it's in pencil. Can you see that? It's the 26 books for 2026 spread. I'm torn between writing the names of the books, and then once I've read that book, then I'll stick the cover to say that I've read it, or to just print out all the covers and stick them in and maybe like tick them as I go. I'm still trying to figure out which I'm going to do, but first things first, I have to actually pick 26 books that I want to read in 2026. So that is something I want to do together. Next is something I'm going to talk about a little bit, and that is my reading goals. So the goals that I've put down this year, I've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 so far. Room to add more if I wish. But the ones I have so far is to read a nature non-fiction book, to read 5 or more genres, to write at least 1 full review every month, whether that be in the journal or on a platform like Goodreads or Fable or Instagram maybe. I want to read at least 3 translated fictions from 3 different countries. I want to visit the library. I want to reread a book every season. So spring, summer, autumn, winter, I want to try and include a reread. And I also want to do seasonal unhauls. So every season, go through my books, do an unhaul, all that jazz. I tried to keep these reading goals actually achievable because it can be so disheartening when you set yourself a goal when you've already semi-told yourself you're not going to achieve it, or it already feels somewhat unattainable. I can most certainly do all of these things, so I'm really looking forward to ticking those off as the year go on, and maybe even adding more. And then the final spread that I still need to finish and do is my audiobook spread. I really want to get into audiobooks more. I may even add that as a reading goal, more audiobooks. But I saw this really cute spread where it kind of like makes it look like the pause, play, rewind, fast forward picture, and then you can write the name of the audiobook in each one. I just thought that was a really cute idea for a spread. But yeah, that at the minute is my reading journal and the spreads that I currently have in there. I will then every month at the end of the month look through, tick off whatever I need to tick off, do monthly spreads. That's definitely something I want to do in this, and even some dedicated spreads to maybe books that I really loved and stick out to me the most. I just think that'd be a really lovely thing to do. This is the first big thing for my reading journey in 2026, a reading journal. I would also love to get some stickers to decorate it as well. So if you know of any good like reading themed stickers on like Etsy or something, please let me know. Because I would really love to decorate this and make it more bookish. Now that I've gone through that, obviously like I said, I also want to pick out the 26 books of 2026 that I really want to read this year. So that is something we are going to be doing together. We've chit-chatted a little bit about my reading goals. I do think what I'll do is a little later on is sit down with you guys and really go through my reading goals and kind of explain each one to you. I mean, some of them are very self-explanatory, but kind of my whys as to why I've set those as my reading goals. And I want to pick out my 26 books. That is what I want to do with you guys today. That is what I plan to do. And I have also finished my first book of the year already. Yeah, I know. And it's the 5th, I think, today, or the 4th. But I currently am not reading a book. So I need to choose my next read. And I just... I'm excited, but I'm intimidated, but I'm excited. And I thought it would be fun to pick that with you guys as well. Should we actually do that now? Should I? Okay, here's the thing. You should know by now. I treated myself to an early Christmas present, and I got the full Throne of Glass series. And what I would like to do is read 1 a month, essentially. I do plan on doing the tandem read, but just to keep things simple, like 1 a month-ish is what I would like to do. So I will be starting with The Assassin's Blade. So I do want to start that book ASAP. But I have come to the realisation that I can read more than one book. Who would have thought that it was possible? But I can confirm that it is. It's all about my mindset. But basically, in my mind, the Throne of Glass book series is essentially kind of like my homework. It's kind of like an essential read, basically. And that, thinking of it in that way, kind of like separates it in my head from then like pleasure reading. Even though I will be reading these for enjoyment, obviously, in my head is kind of like having a book club book, but for myself. I will be reading and tackling the Throne of Glass series this year. What I am going to now do is get my TBR jar and let's see if we can pick ourselves an interesting prompt to choose our other book. Now, should I really be continuing other series? Yes. And I do really want to continue the Crown of Nyaxia series. I just don't know how I'm going to fare with doing 2 fantasies at the same time. But I may just tackle 6 Scorched Roses first, the novella, and see how I fare. And then maybe try the Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. If the prompt allows me to choose these, I do think I'm going to choose these. But we shall see. Oh my gosh, and these aren't even... Okay, let's just... Okay, this feels... Oh, it's not open. Okay. What does that say? Heard about from a co-worker. I pulled this one before. I'm choosing a different one. I've definitely pulled that one before and I want a different one. Is that upside down? I think that's upside down. What does that say? With a 1-word title. Well, that immediately rules out those 2. Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, there's more than I realised. These are the options that I've picked out. Obviously, I'm going to have to whittle them down. So the first book that I have would be a... I've still got the bookmark in it. It would be a re-pickup, picking up a soft DNF. Very similar to One Dark Window. I got quite a way into this book, but I think I would start it from the beginning. That is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This book, I've only heard great things. I remember it being really good, but a bit like One Dark Window, I think I was reading it at the wrong time. And that is where my bookmark is. I was literally on chapter 16, page 251. I got a good way into this. This is definitely, I think this is a top contender because it's also not very big. We could do Hera by Jennifer Saint. This is a Greek mythological, I don't know if it's a retelling per se. Would you call it a retelling? But as you can probably guess, it is about the Greek goddess Hera and her stories, I think. I've only read not Atalanta. I have Atalanta, but that's at my partner's house. Ariadne. I've read Ariadne and really enjoyed it. When Hera, a mortal goddess and daughter of the ancient Titan Cronus, helps her brother Zeus to overthrow their tyrannical father, she dreams of ruling at his side. As they establish their reign on Mount Olympus, Hera suspects that Zeus might be just as ruthless and cruel as the father they betrayed. Or can she find a way to forge a better world? Often portrayed as the jealous wife or the wicked stepmother, this retelling captures the many sides of Hera, vengeful when she needs to be, but also compassionate and, most importantly, an all-powerful queen to the gods. And I haven't read a Greek retelling in a while. These next ones are fantasies. We could do Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. This is another one that I know is loved by many, many people. It's a romantasy. I think it's a dark romantasy. Yep, a dark fantasy romance. Okay, there we go. This one is so loved, and this is very high up on my TBR. And I also think this is like a standalone, like the second book. They're interconnected standalones. So even though I would be starting a new series, I'm pretty sure the story in this is self-contained, which is very appealing to me because I have so many series that I need to get through, for example, and I'm literally about to start a mammoth of a series. So trying to keep new series to a minimum is a goal for this year. Okay, at the moment these 2 have kind of taken the top spots, so we're going to put those there. However, we then have Green Teeth by Molly O'Neill. This is a standalone fantasy that I'm very, very excited and intrigued by. It's not big, it's quite short, and this is about British mythology, which is something I really want to delve into more this year. Guys, it's so hard. My next option is Belladonna by Adeline Grace, which again is a very beloved book, but it's the first in a series. It's the first in a series. Or I could do Sunbringer, which is by Hannah Canna, which is the second book in a series. Hello.
Hello.
I'm trying to decide what book I want to read next.
Oh.
I think I've whittled it down to one of these three. But I'm also going to be reading this book as well.
Right.
There's lots that go into my reading plans.
Clearly. Have you had some breakfast and all that?
I actually haven't.
Oh.
I know. I'll come down and have something in a minute.
I can't. But the amount of books you go through is just phenomenal.
I
just don't believe. What I find phenomenal is that I don't think there are enough books written in the world to satisfy your book consumption.
But I'm actually compared to other readers out there, I'm actually quite a slow reader.
Really?
There are people that I watch that read like 20 books a month. I read about 5.
Wow.
And that's a good month for me.
I'm saying there's not enough books written for you to get. Oh wow. Okay, right.
I'm actually tempted to post an Instagram story and have you guys choose. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post a picture of these 3 books and I'm going to see what one wins. I've got a feeling Phantasm's going to win. But still, I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'll get back to you with the results. But as I just said to my mum, I haven't actually eaten yet. So I'm going to go do that. But I'll let you know what book we'll be starting today in today's vlog alongside The Assassin's Blade, and we will be deciding my 26 books of 2026. Okay guys, it is a few days later and I've got some updates for you. So first things first, as you just saw, the winner of the poll of what book I should read next was Hera by Jennifer Saint. So I have started it and I am approaching halfway. I am on page 164 and this I've been reading predominantly on my commute to and from work and on my lunch breaks as well. Given that I've only really been reading it in like 20-minute like spurts, I'm getting through it quicker than I was expecting. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm definitely seeing Hera in a different perspective. When it came to like the Greek goddesses, she wasn't always my favourite. I just didn't like how she treated mortals and humans. She's always like looked down on them, and whenever her husband Zeus was unfaithful, it would always be the mortal that was punished. And I mean, this is a very common thing in Greek mythology and Greek stories and things. Women weren't treated the best. This is not a secret, but I always felt like Hera, who was, you know, the goddess of marriage and like women, and she didn't really treat them the best. So she hasn't always been my favourite. So I was a little bit curious to see what I would think going into this book. But I really love Jennifer Saint's writing. She writes really, really beautifully, and she has definitely changed the narrative of Hera being a very kind of somewhat submissive wife and always blaming the victims to basically hating her husband slash brother and essentially plotting against him behind the scenes. Her narrative for me has definitely switched since reading this book. She's still not my favourite, but yeah, it's refreshing to see her in a new light, I must say. So I'm enjoying this so far, and it's a really nice book to kind of read in those short spurts. There are scenes in this that can be a little bit tricky to read, possibly look up trigger warnings. But yeah, this is what I am currently reading, and those are my thoughts so far. Next, I wanted to show you my reading journal because I have done a bit more work on it and I want to show you what I have done. So one of the spreads, which was my reading tracker spread, when I watched the clip back, I realized I hadn't actually colored in my window. So I've now colored it in and like done the moon and the night sky and stuff. So this is now pretty much completed, and I'm very excited to start colouring in the books. I have filled out all of my 26 books for 2026. I just need to properly do the title. If you are curious to see what my 26 books for 2026 are, let me know and I'll film a separate video for that. But that is now all completed and I'm very excited about it. I then did my audiobook spread with not the best drawn headphones in the top corner, but because I'm not the biggest audiobook listener, I've only done 8 kind of little mini play things because I don't see me doing a lot of audiobooking this year, but you never know. And then I know I briefly kind of went through my reading goals with you guys, but I thought I would go through them again with you and just do them or talk to you about them in a bit more in depth. The first reading goal I've put down is nature non-fiction. If you didn't know, if you're relatively new to the channel and don't really know me, I graduated now last year from uni with a bachelor's degree in wildlife conservation, and conservation and nature work is something that I really want to pursue, and that is my kind of career goals, and I really want to expand my knowledge further, and what a great way to do that than to read. And there are some books, especially in my 26 books of 2026, that I really want to get to this year that will help me tick that goal off. I just really want to expand my reading palette, which will link into my next reading goal, which is 5 or more genres. So I want to read some more nature non-fiction, and I want to read more genres in general. I am a classic kind of fantasy gal. I am coming to the realization that I do love other genres, and some of my highly rated books from last year weren't fantasy. So I definitely want to try and expand that and branch out more into other genres and become more a bit experimental with the books that I read. The next goal I have is write at least one full review a month, whether that be on Fable, Goodreads, or in here. I really just want to take the time to fully interact and take in the books that I'm reading and really reflect on them and be a bit more analytical of them. Like, writing a review is something that I used to love doing, like all the way back in the day. I used to love, I think I even had like a blog where I would write book reviews, and it's just something that I really want to get back into, and I feel like it would also help me tap back into my creative writing. I did a creative writing A-level, and writing was one of my passions, one of my loves, and being a published author was and still is a dream of mine. I thought maybe this would be a good way to try and again be more meaningful and mindful about the books that I'm reading, and be a bit more interactive with them and a bit more analytical as well. The next reading goal I have is translated from 3 countries. So at the moment, I don't read much translated fiction at all. The only translated fiction I've really read, funnily enough, the first book I've read this year, actually, let me grab it. I have read a whole book already, and it is The Full Moon Coffee Shop by Mai Mochizuki. This is a translated book from Japanese. So Japanese fiction and also Korean fiction, because I have also read the Hyeongdam Bookshop. That kind of Japanese Korean cozy magic realism-esque genre is a genre that I have picked up and have read and enjoyed. Really loved this book, by the way. Really enjoyed it. I read it in like a day. It was a very quick read for me. If you're a fan of like Before the Coffee Gets Cold, that classic cozy Japanese magic realism, then I would highly recommend this book. This was really interesting because it brought in astronomy as well into the story and the plot. Anyways, back to my reading goals. So even though I have dabbled in translated fiction, I want to expand that and read more translated fictions from other countries. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know down below, because that is something that I do really want to get better at as well. This next reading goal is one that I am slightly, I say intimidated by. This is where my social anxiety shows. It's to visit the library. Now, this may sound really silly because you're just like, just go to the library. Doing new things terrifies me. The social anxiety of walking into a place that's completely new to me and I don't know what I'm doing, and looking like I don't know what I'm doing, genuinely fills me with so much anxiety and stress. It stops me from leaving the house sometimes, okay? I really want to visit my local library. I've joined the library. I am part of the library, but something I really want to do is use my library this year. I want to really cut down on my book buying and just buying books that realistically I know I'm probably going to read just the one time, and I could save so much money by using my library. I am really trying to be more conscious about how I'm spending my money, and me and my other half, we are now saving to get a place of our own. So I need to be much more better with my finances, and I don't even want to know how much money I've spent on buying books for them to just then sit on a bookshelf, or not even like on a stack on the floor, and for me to not touch them again. I really want to utilize my library, and then kind of linking with like budgeting and all that jazz, I want to do seasonal unhauls. So every season I want to go through all of my books and do a massive unhaul. I say massive, just do an unhaul, and I'll probably then put them up on my Vinted and pass them on to somebody else who will love them and enjoy them more than I will. That's another goal of mine. Then the final goal is to reread a book every season. I have so many amazing books sat on my bookshelf, and some of them I reread, some of them I have not. And the whole point for me keeping a book is to be able to revisit it, and I really want to reignite my love for the stories that I've already read. And sometimes, you know, rereading a book and rereading a story can be just as good or sometimes better than when you first originally read it. It's a bit like replaying your favorite game or rewatching your favorite show. You know, you do it for a reason, and I really want to get back into that. I did a reread of Cinder last year, and I just absolutely loved it. So that is something I also want to do more this year. Those are all of my reading goals for 2026. Let me know down below what reading goals you have. I would be so intrigued to see if we have any similar ones, or you never know, you may inspire me to add more, because I have purposefully left some space in case I ever want to add some more goals throughout the year. That is everything for now. I was going to go through my 26 books, but I do think if I do that, it'll be in a separate video. So let me know down below if that's something you would be interested in. Honestly, I think I may wrap up this vlog here. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, comment the purple heart emoji, because I feel like purple is quite a big theme here. So comment the purple heart emoji down below. Thank you for making it this far. If you have, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what reading goals you've set yourself down below, and I hope the book you're currently reading is giving you all the 5-star feels, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye guys.